Hello dear students, this is the first video of this week, class 8th, chapter number 8, networking concepts. And in this video, you will study the following topics. You can see in this video, I am going to discuss transmission media. That is transmission media are of two types. First is guided media and second one is unguided media. In the previous class, I have taught these topics. I have I've taught about networking components, that there are three types of networking components: network hardware, transmission media, and network software. And I have already discussed network hardware. So let us continue with the transmission media. First of all, you can have a look of networking concepts. A computer network is a system of interconnected computers and peripheral devices. It is not only a network of computers, but also it can be a network of peripheral devices like printers that are linked in order to share resources such as printers, hard disks, okay, to exchange files and allow communications. You can see the picture of a network in which many devices are connected with each other with the help of a switch. Now, networking components. Actually, all the networks are made up of some essential components known as building blocks. These components are network hardware, transmission media, and network software. So these are known as the building blocks of a computer network. Now coming to the transmission media. The transmission media is a communication channel that carries the information from the sender to the receiver. Means the sender is sending the file and the receiver is receiving the file. One computer can be a sender at a time and another computer will be a receiver. Now, second point, communication of data propagation and processing of signals is called transmission. When communication of data takes place, processing of signals occurs, it is known as transmission. And signals travel from transmitter to receiver via a path, and this path is called medium. It can be wired medium or it can be wired wireless medium, and medium can be guided or unguided. We need a transmission medium to connect the computers to each other in a network. Without transmission medium, how can we connect a computer to another computer? So we need a transmission medium so that the data can be transmitted. Data signals can be transmitted. So what is, uh, there are two types of transmission media. There are two types of transmission medium. First is guided and second one is unguided. Now you can have a look here. In this diagram, you can see types of transmission media. One is guided and another one is unguided media. Now in guided media, twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, optical fiber, these are the types of guided media. And in unguided media, wireless connection will be there. In guided media, wired connection is found, and in unguided media, wireless connections are found like radio waves, microwaves, infrared. Now, here we will discuss about transmission media. In guided media, data are sent along a physical path, means some wired connection is required, that is cables. And there are three types of cables used in a computer network. The three types of cables are, first one is twisted pair cables, which is also known as regular phone lines. Okay, that connection can be done by using a regular phone lines like landline connections. When you are having a landline connections, then you can have a twisted pair cables. These technology were used earlier. Now we are using coaxial cables and fiber optic cables. But in some places, twisted pair cables are also used nowadays. So the three types of wired connection are: first one is twisted pair cables, second one is coaxial cables, and third one is fiber optic cables. Now coming to the twisted pair cables, it consists of a pair of insulated wires twisted together. Two wires are twisted together, and the use of two wires twisted around each other helps to reduce the disturbance and noise in the signals. Why they are twisted? So that they reduce the disturbance and noise in the signal. Second point, twisted pair cables comes in two varieties. One is shielded twisted pair or STP, and another one is unshielded twisted pair or UTP. I will show the picture so that you can understand what is shielded and what is unshielded twisted pair. Next point, unshielded twisted pair or UTP cable is the most common cable used in computer networking. So this is the most common cable used in networking. So I would like to show you the picture of shielded pair and unshielded twisted pair. You can see this is unshielded twisted pair or UTP. There is no shielding of wire, but in case of shielded twisted pair or STP, you can see that it has been shielded, means two wires are shielded, again two wires are shielded, again two wires are shielded here, and again two wires are shielded. So the twisted cables, which is a pair of wires, are twisted and it is shielded also. This is known as shielded twisted pair or STP. Now coming to coaxial cables, it is also known as coax. It is an electrical cable with a conductor at its center. There is a conductor at its center, and the inner conductor is surrounded by a tubular insulating layer. The insulating layer is surrounded by a conductive layer called the shield. It is also surrounded by a conductive layer which is known as shield, which is finally covered with a thin insulating layer on the outside. Now you will see the picture so that you can understand. This is a picture of a coaxial cable. You can see the center conductor is there, the center of the wire, the conductor is found, and after that the insulating medium, that is the dielectric, is found. After that it is shielded with a foil. Okay, you can say it is shielded with a conducting material, or you can say foil shield. Now braided shield, so this protects the wire. Okay, it is also composed of aluminum or copper. Now the outer jacket, this is the outer jacket, and you know this type of jack can be connected at its end. In this can be the example of a dish TV. When you take connection of a dish TV or setup box, you have this type of wire which is known as coaxial cable. When you cut this wire, okay, when you cut this wire at the end, you will be able to see its uh, how it is the structure, how the structure of the wire is found. You can see the wire, you can check it, and you can find its structure. Now another picture of the same coaxial cable. You can see the inner conductor, then insulator, then outer conductor shield, then again insulator, then the plastic cover. Coming to the next topic, that is the fiber optic cables. It consists of a center glass core surrounded by several layers of protective materials. It transmits data in the form of light rather than electronic signals. So in twisted pair and in coaxial cable, the electronic signals is passed, but in fiber optics, the data is passed in the form of light rather than electronic signals, thus eliminating the problem of electrical interface. Eliminating the problem of electrical interference. Okay, so no such type of electrical interference is found in this fiber optic cables because data travels in the form of light. Next point, fiber optic cables is expensive as compared to coaxial and twisted pair cables, but can transmit signals over much longer distance. And it also has the capability to carry data at a very high speed. You can see the picture of a fiber optic cables. Fiber optics is found at the center of the wire. Of the center of the each wire, you can see there is a fiber optics. With the help of that, the data is transferred from one place to another place. You can see the picture of a fiber optic cables. This is the structure of the wire steel wires, and then copper tubing, and then high density polythene insulation. Okay, and at the center you can see the optical fibers are found. Then water resistant jelly is placed at the outer layer of this optical fibers so that it can be waterproof. Now, unguided media. In unguided media, there are no wires installed. The data communication is predominantly sent by radio waves, microwaves, or satellites. We transmit the data in the form of radio waves, microwaves, or satellites. Means wireless communication is there. You can see with the help of satellite, the data is transferred from one place to another place. Here uplink is sending the data and downlink is receiving the data. This is also the example of a wireless connection, which is unguided media. The transmission is known as unguided media. Okay, so I have explained the topics in a very good manner. And now the last topic, network operating system. We need to install a special network operating system to operate a network. And some popular networking operating systems are Novell's NetWare, Windows NT, and Unix, etc. So when you are going to establish a network connection, you also need network operating systems like Windows NT, Unix, Novell NetWare, etc. Understood? So now I have completed all the topics, and I think you have understood all the topics, students. Okay, thank you very much, students. Thanks for watching this video.